guys, this is Jensen Suicide, and we're doing it with Jensen column a little different this week. I decided I'm going to make a video instead of doing a picture tutorial. So what we're doing today is we are making bookends out of records. It's a really easy tutorial to do, and I think they look really cool on your shelf. And sometimes they can make good gifts if you're looking for more cheap gifts to give people if you're a cheap ass like me. So all we need is you need nail polish remover, rubbing alcohol, vodka, whiskey, Axe body spray, anything alcohol based to use in the project. You need scissors, string. I use this, it's like a thin yarn, it's about this, if you can see that, thickness, a lighter, something to make a right angle with that you're going to lay flat like this. I used a Nintendo game. A book would work fine. And then a couple of old records. So I got the idea from this project because I saw a tutorial on YouTube on cutting wine bottles, and the tutorial says all you have to do is you just tie a string around a wine bottle the string's like dipped in alcohol, and then you light the string on fire, wait like 10 seconds, and then really fast dip it into cold water. And I will tell you right now that that tutorial does not work at all. It is bullshit. I tried it like 5 times and it doesn't work. So if anybody's been successful in that, I would love to hear how it's done, because I clearly am not doing it right. So anyway, back to the records. What you do is you lay out your record, and right down the middle you want to cut a length of string that has about 2 inches on each side down the middle. So we cut the string, and it looks kind of, so you can see it's about 2 inches above, 2 inches below, I guess maybe a little more than that, but something around that length. Okay, move the string aside, and the scissors. And now what we do, you take your alcohol, and like I said, I use nail polish remover, and you dip your string into the solution, and like I said, leave the about 2 inches that would be hanging over the side, just leave that, don't saturate it. And then we're going to lay that across the middle of the record, right where, through the hole. And then you want to wipe off your hands and make sure there's no rubbing alcohol on your hands, because we don't want you to set yourself on fire. And then I'm going to pull my hair back also, so I don't have an awesome disaster YouTube video. Okay, so you can see there's a strand of yarn across the middle that is saturated in nail polish remover. We're going to light this carefully. You can see that it soaks up into the rubbing alcohol. Watch it, make sure everything looks okay. You want to wait probably about 10 seconds, or it actually might just end up going out. That's what mine has done a couple of times. Yeah, you can see it's going out over here. We're going to go ahead and blow it out. It's all done. And now you quickly bend the record into a right angle. And we're going to let it sit for a second. Try not to breathe in the smoke that vinyl lets off is really toxic, so, or I don't know if it's toxic, but I know it's bad for you. So keep that away. And then you just take away the piece of yarn. And you see we've got this nice little record right angle bookend dude. And you just set it here, and you can put your books on it. Fancy stuff, right? No, not really, but they do look really cute on your shelf. Of course, I didn't bring enough books. And I highly recommend it. And up in a second, I'm going to show you how to make mail holders with the same concept. Okay, so for mail holders, it's basically the same idea, the only difference is you have to make tube ends and the placement of the yarn is going to be a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and cut 2 pieces of yarn, and this time you don't want it to lay in the hole. You want it to lay like 1.5 inches, about 1 inch away from the center. So you just lay it out, and again keep a couple of inches over on the side. You may have noticed in the last video that a little piece of the yarn fell when it burned. That's pretty normal, so make sure you're doing it on a surface that's not gonna readily catch on fire. Like maybe not do it over a pile of newspaper or something like that, sitting in a, I don't know, on a bale of hay. Just keep that in mind. Or if you want to do it like over the sink or in the bathtub or something. In the bathtub, what the hell? If you want to do it somewhere where you're not worried about it flaming up, then that is recommended. Okay, so what I have 2 pieces of string, and they're about 1 inch away from the center, and then about 2 inches longer than the length of the record. So we're going to start with one and do the same process. Dip it in alcohol. Set it out on your record, about where you marked it. Close this. Make sure your hands are good. Hair back. If you're a dude, you don't have to, well, I guess you might have to. And then lights. Ooh, that was a good one. Okay. If it doesn't automatically blow out by itself, just wait about 10 seconds and blow it out, and that'll work. I guess you can kind of start to feel it's going to break off again. Okay. And again, right angle. And I've just breathed in a ton of that gross smoke. I'm probably going to die. For you guys, oops, yeah, make sure it's all the way cooled before you let it go, because it tends to want to go back to where it started. So we've got a little right angle right here for one side. The only, let's see, difference with the other side is that you have to go on the outside. You can't bend it up because obviously it's not going to fit right there. So you have to, well, I'll show you in a second. Okay, so we're going to take our other piece of yarn, do the same thing, dip, sexy, and lay out. Fingers clean and light. This one should be good because I accidentally went a little far. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna fall off, but I'm okay with that because this is an old table. Okay. Wait a little longer. Okay, I'm gonna go. And you bend up. Since we don't have a right angle, we have to do the right angle on the outside, which is a little bit harder. But you can kind of eyeball it and see and make sure they're about even. It's not going to be perfect unless you actually measure everything out. And if you're lazy shit like I am, then you don't want to do that. So now we have a little record holder, or a mail holder. And I'll get some mail to show you what I'm talking about. See? Mail in the mail holder. Nice. And you can make like a few of them if you want to be really anal and like sort your mail like that, like I do. Bills, fancy stuff, porn, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's it for this week, you guys. I hope you liked my video tutorial to switch it up a little bit, and practice fire safety. That's important. Have a good week.